Hi, I read the book The Bad Place by Dean R. Koontz, and I came across this book in Miss Smith's library, and it was recommended to me by her because I was looking for a mystery and or thriller book, and it turned out to be more thriller and horror, and that's what it came off as anyways, but it had a lot of mystery in it as well, so it's good for people who are looking for those kind of books. And I'll start off by saying what the author does well. And what he does well is he describes situations extremely well. It's very vivid in what he tries to describe and convey to the audience. And it's as if you're actually in the book with some of the characters and some of the scenes that he describes. And he uses beautiful imagery. For example, one part of the story goes, he describes a forest as a lush tropical foliage, ferns, dark green plants with shrubbery, deeply crenulated foliage, ground-hugging, succulent vines with leaves as plump as gum candies. And as you can see, he uses a lot of descriptive language that appeals to like every sense you have. And he does not fail to bring you into the book and immerse you in the story. And a quick synopsis is that the main characters, there's quite a few main characters actually, but I'll start off with the few that are very important, who are Frank Pollard, Bobby Dakota, and Julie Dakota. There's also many other supporting characters, but they're not as important as I feel like they're not as important as these three. And these three start off separate. I mean, except for Bobby and Julie Dakota, because they're married and they're private investigators. And Frank Pollard is a 30-year-old man who wakes up in an alleyway, in a dark alleyway, with no recollection of where he's been, what's happened to him, and where he is. So he goes to these two private investigators, Bobby and Julie Dakota, for help because he has no clue where he's been, and all he knows is that he has a bag full of money and that he woke up in a back alley. And when he goes to them, they think, oh, this guy's kind of a nut job because he's talking about things that can't be possible, because he has over $100,000 in his satchel thing, and they don't trust him, and they also think he's crazy because the things he's describing that he's went through over the past few days is kind of supernatural, almost not normal, and they're not used to this kind of case. They've never had this kind of case before. And as the book goes on and they continue to reveal more about his mystery, it has a lot to do with his sleep and what happens during his sleep. And this is when the supporting characters come in, because Thomas, who's Julie Dakota's brother, he has Down syndrome, but he seems to be almost connected with the mystery. And so as all of these three mysteries kind of intertwine in the book, I have a quote that alludes to the main title, and it's Thomas, and he's saying the bad thing is coming, the bad thing, and so he's basically trying to tell them that there may be a reason why Frank doesn't remember what he's been through, and it's kind of foreshadowing what's going to happen later on in the book. And overall, this was a really interesting book because I've never read anything like it. I've read horror stories and I've read mystery stories, but I haven't really read a combination of the both. And this was kind of an interesting combination of how something can be kind of terrifying and really intriguing, and you really want to know what's happening. So if you're into horror and mystery or both, then this is the book for you.